the serve, we see Our Lady Academy. This will be Aiklin to serve this one up. Fast-paced action. The rally scoring, which was implemented now, this in its 6th season, makes this up-tempo and very fan-friendly. A lot of fun to watch.
Nice hustle there by the setter from Lewisburg, just unable to get the ball up. So point Our Lady Academy.
Anna Goldman laid out for that one. And so it will be back on the serve again, Aiklin. We were talking about it before we came on the air about this is what Our Lady Academy does. Not many students, but this is their sport. This is what they do year in and year out. Our Lady Academy is a fixture.
Very successful program led by Mike Myers. He's been there since I've been here at South Haven, and very tough to beat, very defensively sound team, and they're going to make you make the mistakes. So we'll see how their offense responds today. Nice little shot there from Murphy and Our Lady Academy. Tip to the right.
Very nice touch by Shannon. And what you touched on about this Our Lady Academy team, they're going to scrap, they're going to fight, they're going to keep the ball in play. And whoever loses this first set will be their first set they've lost in the entire playoffs, which is amazing. Both of these two teams have run through with 3 straight perfect 3-0 wins.
That's very, very impressive and speaks well for their programs.
And a very impressive start for Our Lady Academy. 5-1 early first set here from Clinton. As that looked to be an illegal touch there on the net. So now 6-1 all of a sudden.
And timeout for Lewisburg, yes. I imagine Coach Visa here is going to try to rally her group together, get the jitters and the nerves out of the way, because they look pretty nervous at this point. So they just need to get in their rhythm and their rotation and start being more offensive with the ball instead of just freeing it over.
What a match here in Class 1 between these two programs. You've got Our Lady Academy ranked #1 by Max Preps. You've got Lewisburg ranked #6. This is, throughout the day, you're going to have these colossal matchups. And you have a lot of fans that are pulling for their school. They might not know a lot about the game of volleyball, or at least not a lot about the game of volleyball on the high school level. So it's going to be kind of neat to expose people to such an exciting, fast-paced, high-energy, very athletic sport.
Very good, and I'm excited to see the sport grow even more, and hopefully with the coverage like we have today, people will be exposed to it and just kind of jump off of the Olympics this summer and get more excited about the sport to see how athletic these girls really are.
We've got Mart back in the truck. We've also got Laura and Kevin on the cameras. We've got a great crew today. Of course, Allison Bouchette, my partner, as we're back in play. Our Lady Academy looking for more. A nice kill at the net.
Another great shot from Shannon Murphy to her right from the setter Aiklin, who's also back to serve.
It was Kylie Glasper, the junior, that went up to try to block that one at the net, but couldn't do so. Very fast start for the Crescents.
Now right now, Lewisburg is just freeing the ball over and letting Our Lady take the offensive. So let's see if they can change it here. A nice tip shot, but picked up by Our Lady. A lot of tips going on right now. Let's see who can start to swing and hit the ball and find the floor.
Looks like Lewisburg right now, Allison, trying to settle themselves a little bit there.
True. Well, it's tough coming in here. There's lots of pressure on them, having 1-2 in a row. They're trying for that elusive three-peat, and I imagine there's a good bit of pressure on them.
Another kill, as you touched on, Our Lady Academy, the aggressor right now, and Lewisburg trying to still find themselves.
That's a good pass up from the libero. Let's see if Glasper can land it, and she does. Nice hit from Kyla Glasper.
Definitely you can see her athleticism, and I'm amazed at the youth. We're going to see so many incredibly gifted athletes with incredible height and athleticism, and they're not seniors. They've still got more years.
For Lewisburg, their libero and their outside hitter, Shelby Cudmore, are seniors, and they have some others as well, but those are the most experienced seniors. Also, Becca Respis, who's now on the front row. So we'll see if their leadership can calm their nerves a little bit here. Nice serve from Cudmore.
Taking a little off that one. There's a nice kill. That was Gargillo, Catherine Gargillo, the senior, one of only 3 on this Our Lady Academy team. So, again, this program's not going anywhere anytime soon.
No, both teams will be back again, I would imagine.
A 9-3 lead here, as you can see, in the first set of the first game of 3. All 3 classes will play. By nightfall, we should have 3 champions.
Nice block there by Kyla Glusper. She went over, and that's what we call in the volleyball world as a roof there.
For Glasper, she's a player that, where do you stack her among the best that are in here in this arena today?
She would be in the top 10 for sure. She's a very athletic girl. She played in the state championship last year, more from the outside, and you could see her inexperience a little bit last year, but she's come to play today.
Nice recovery by Our Lady Academy. The little touch wouldn't go down. Now Lewisburg back going after the Crescents, but that one goes wide.
Unforced error there from Lewisburg. They've got to land a free ball in. Back to serve now is Shannon Murphy for Our Lady Academy.
Another one of these seniors. Their middle blockers on the serve. Nice touch at the net.
Yes, very athletic middle blocker there going up in what we call a sweep there. She changes the direction of the ball that came from the serve receive error.
Again on the serve, it'll be Shannon Murphy. Already 11-4 here in the first set. Neither one of these teams want to give up their first point surrendered in these playoffs.
Nice left-handed shot there from Gargiulo.
Gargiulo didn't wait to let it come to her. She went and got it.
She was the aggressor once again.
Very athletic not to touch that top of the net.
Especially with her offhand. Ball handling error there. The setter got it twice. That's a double contact. The referee saw 2 touches on the ball.
And good eye for her because that was very subtle.
Nice pass from Lotza. Back row set to Cudmore.
When you talk about creating the roof there at the net, again, Brittany Porter, that's the second time already in this opening set. 14-4 already.
Brittany's a very good sophomore for Our Lady Academy. I look for a bright future from her. She's going over on 2 there. Nice up by Lotza. Another unforced error there from Lewisburg. They need to calm their nerves a little bit.
Right again. The first 4 sets were played at 25, and then if it would go to a winner-take-all 5th set, it would be to 15. You got to win by 2. That's how it will be today. Throughout all 3.
That ball was hit outside the antenna, so it is out and point Lewisburg.
Here's an opportunity for the Patriots, and they've got to take advantage of it.
They do. They really need to push on this serve here.
Here's Tana Williams, the sophomore on the serve. Sends it deep. Nice job by the Crescents. And again, the set for the kill, Shelby McConnell.
Very nice.
We got to like everything you're seeing right now out of the Crescents. They seem completely on their game, completely relaxed and settled in. And then we're waiting for Lewisburg to really start putting on their offensive attack.
But congrats to OLA for putting the pressure on and keeping the momentum on their side. That's tough in the game of volleyball to keep the momentum. It's usually a roller coaster ride of ups and downs, but they're doing a good job of being the aggressors, both serving and hitting.
Allison, that time we saw Quarter go to the net, and then it was misplayed up there by Goldman. Was that kind of the Quarter effect?
It was. I think being up there and kind of taking her back on her heels a little bit.
17-5. Nice touch, but wide. And so Our Lady Academy just 7 points away here in this dominating opening set from going up 1-0.
Very impressive start so far. Another service receive error, but they're able to keep it in play.
Good recovery by Akeland there for Our Lady Academy. As the Crescent setting things up.
Another ball handling error there, this time by Our Lady Academy, a double contact.
Double contacts, I think, for your average fan, tough to see. We've got a great crew working. These are the cream of the crop.
They really are.
Not only these MHSAA officials, they didn't get here by chance. They earned their way here.
I'm sure they did, and they're doing a fine job so far.
And that's what Lewisburg has been looking for, to take advantage of some of their height up front.
That was an impressive shot from the right side. Becca Respis back to serve for Lewisburg.
It's a Lewisburg team that leans on their seniors.
They need their seniors to step up right now. They're hoping to continue to push on Becca Respis' serve here. Timeout, Our Lady Academy.
So a timeout gives us a moment as we take 60 seconds to talk a little bit more about these matchups. And for those that we know about Our Lady Academy, we touched on the Crescents and how this is a year-in, year-out thing for them. For this Lewisburg team and what they have done under Coach Robbie Measy, you get to see a little bit more of them. Tell the fans a little bit more about this Lewisburg squad and this Patriots team and what we kind of expect from them going forward. This is obviously something that they've developed in just such a short period of time and something that they're very, very proficient in.
They've developed a culture of winning at Lewisburg. They're trying to go for the three-peat, as I said earlier, this year. But they graduated some key players last year, so they're depending on Cudmore and a couple of their middles to come through, as well as lots of their libero to really give the leadership to this relatively inexperienced group here today.
For you getting to be just watching these games, how fired up does it get you to get right back to the drawing board? I know once you stop, you're ready to you got to rest for a moment, but I know you're ready to get back in it too.
Oh, sure. We're starting back Monday. I've got my girls year-round, so we're going to get back and get down and get dirty on Monday. So really no rest for the weary.
Lewisburg down 10, first set. And OLA trying to close this one out. Been the first loss of the playoffs of a set on Lewisburg. Our Lady now extends that lead to 11. And on the serve is Shelby McConnell. Looking deep this time.
Nice set there.
And they're looking for the tip, but they don't get it, so an unforced error. There have been a few of those early for Lewisburg, almost a handful.
I think they'll settle down after set one, and those nerves will be under control more.
And a lot of it is what Our Lady Academy does. Nice recovery that time by Respis.
Ooh. A play there that was probably out. Nice up there.
Set things up for the kill, little touch.
Nice rally here, goes to quarter, she's blocked.
Nice dig that time by Schmoller. She'll look deep. As Lewisburg keeps it in play. Lewisburg in the Navy. Our Lady Academy in the black.
Quarter again, point quarter. A nice little slide set right behind the setter where she goes off of 1 foot. Very accurate for Our Lady Academy.
21-8.
Nice top spin serve there. Back set for Lewisburg. Wow, very nice play by the middle.
Nice play that time by Hannah Ferguson. And it's getting about that time.
Back to serve now is the libero Latza, who's only allowed to serve in this one spot. Notice she has the different color jersey, and she lands an ace.
She's the libero. We will see her be able to come in and out as she pleases along that back defensive, and it's something that unique to the high school game.
It is, and we utilize it some in college too, but it definitely helps the shorter girls of the world to have an impact. Definitely helps them to have that defensive goal and have that player out on the floor all the time, whether it's for defense or for serve receive.
For lots of that, by the way, is exactly how she drew that up.
I'm sure it was, right off the tape.
Just off the tape. Nice dig by OLA. Lewisburg keeps it alive for the kill.
Cudmore.
Again, big play at the net by Glassberg. You talked on it at the top. OLA just keeps it alive.
They do. And then when they get a good set, they're going to swing and hit on you. Nice back set to Glassberg. Oh, touch there by Our Lady Academy by a ball that was probably out.
Was that just getting caught in the flow? Or?
It was, and the girl kind of cheated up, so she's probably smart to play it because you'd hate for that ball to land in. Better to have a touch on a shot than to let it drop in.
So lots of providing a bit of a spark for Lewisburg. Glassberg setting it up.
Out to Cudmore and kill.
21-13, just down 8 first set. And a timeout for Our Lady Academy.
Coach Myers here is looking, to calm the nerves of his girls now after getting out to that quick lead, and I believe that's his second timeout already. Trying to get his girls a drink of water and to calm their nerves a little bit to finish this first set out. Teams with strong middle play, and then Class 3 with DeSoto Central and Ocean Springs would be very exciting as well. So a good day of volleyball in Mississippi.
Latza again, the libero to serve. She's provided the spark for the Patriots.
Glasper up with the sweep, but Our Lady able to pick it up.
We're waiting the call.
No touch is the call. Point Lewisburg.
So deep that time on the kill attempt by the Crescents. It's back to a 7-point set.
Another ace by Latza here. Our Lady Academy really struggling with the libero's jump serves.
Let's see exactly why we saw Coach Myers call that timeout to figure out how they want to slow her down a little bit.
Out to quarter, but dug up by Lewisburg. Glasper. And out.
So that settles things for the Crescents a little bit. You almost threw an expectation that quarter was going to put that one down.
We really did. Back in for Our Lady is the senior Shannon Shannon Murphy.
Served by quarter. Lewisburg on the attack. Great dig. Sending it over is Schlomer. Play at the net, off the hands, going down of Tana Williams.
Nice play there. You can notice she went up with two hands and changed the direction of the ball. It's still a kill, but it has more of the look of a block.
It's a subtlety. It's almost, to use a baseball term, where you sell the changeup as the arm release of a fastball.
Exactly.
Same thing here. Our Lady Academy 2 points away first set.
Nice shot there by Cudmore. Nice angle shot.
We can see with the rally scoring that things can change in such a hurry.
It does change very rapidly in our sport. Back to serve for Lewisburg is the setter, Anna Goldman. Such an important role as the setter of a team. You control, much like the quarterback in football or the pitcher in baseball, you're controlling the rhythm of your team.
Glasper back up on that front row. She had the touch at the net. Looking for this kill and getting it, Shannon Murphy.
Off the high hands there of Kyla Glasper.
Set point right here. 24-17, OLA.
Back to serve is Aiklin for the Crescents.
Dug up for Glasper. Already setting it up. The kill.
And kill for the win there.
Okay, that one looked like it might have.
It was off the high hands there of Glasper. It was out of bounds.
High hands but wide. Didn't know if it was on the rebound, touched off of Our Lady Academy. So 25-17, first set goes to OLA. Josh West alongside Allison Burchett. So glad you're with us, settling in for a busy day here at these volleyball championships as we get some of the stats handed to us, and Allison will run down those.
All right, number 32 for Our Lady Academy, which is Shannon Murphy, landed 4 kills in that set, and I believe that was key for the Crescents. But also number 7, Gargillo, landed 4 kills, so very balanced attack there for Our Lady Academy. Number 20, which is Corder, the athletic sophomore, landed 2, and 10, and number 10 and number 22 each landed 1. McConnell and Schlomer added a kill for the Crescents, and 1 block there from Porter. So very balanced attack for Our Lady Academy, and I think that they look to push on that here in set 2. Number 14 led Lewisburg in kills, and that is Kyla Glasper, the athletic middle for Lewisburg. Also 2 for 21, which is Hannah Ferguson, the other middle, and 1 kill for 28, Shelby Cudmore. But also many aces, 3 for the libero Latza, that I think helped propel their team back into set 1.
See these two teams huddling up, switching sides of the court, getting set to go back after here in set 2. And looking back on that first set and looking at a little analysis of it, Lewisburg right in there. There are probably a few unforced errors that we feel like they'll clean up here in this second set, and we can still be playing in that first set.
Oh, I think so too. The free balls that went out of bounds, the unforced errors, I think they'll eliminate those mistakes, and I think they're going to be more forced errors from here on out, hard hits and things like that. I don't see the nerves anymore on their faces.
Now it's just volleyball. This is something they're used to. The crowd will grow as the day goes on. Early on a beautiful Saturday. Draw out better weather for people to get here. And then a beautiful facility here at the A. Coliseum. This is the big house of volleyball.
Yes, we're very excited to be here. We used to play at Madison Central, which is a nice high school gym, but it's not a college campus. So this is very nice that they offer up their facility for us to use for volleyball.
Great central location for people to get here, just nestled off of I-20. The word is that Mississippi College going back Division II. That's going to offer a lot of opportunities, perhaps, for players that want to. Perhaps some of these players play right here for the Choctaws and Lady Choctaws.
It's very exciting for our state to have a Division II program they could use. I'm still pushing for a Delta State to start volleyball or junior college volleyball to start in our state, but a Division II school here in Jackson would be very nice.
So Our Lady Academy bringing into the ball game Michaela Hall as the libero. And to start off this second set on the serve will be Kaylee Akeland, the sophomore. One of the young ones, so we'll see a lot of sophomores in action today. Akeland sends it over, nice dig to start. Play at the net, keeps it alive. Setting things up. Another great dig.
Great at By Respis for Lewisburg. Came out of nowhere. Net violation there.
Net violation, I believe that was Gargillo that actually lost her footing there.
She went under the net. She may not have touched it, but you can't go all the way over the center line.
Again, a good, strong, deep serve. Glasper is able to, as you say, I love it, the roof there
from Glasper. There's no question who got the block because they just single block at Lewisburg, whereas a lot of teams double block. They just send their middles up to block, so you know who got that block, and it was Glasper.
There's an unforced error by Our Lady Academy, as we'll see back on the serve, Anna Goldman.
Apparently the nerves are on the left-hand side of the court today. Hopefully, for Our Lady's sake, that they'll change that.
Great observation, that's true. Play back to keep it alive. Crescents keep it alive for the kill by Shannon Murphy.
It's a backslide right behind the setter where you go off of 1 foot. Very athletic play there by Shannon Murphy, but great set from her setter as well.
Schlomer now to serve in a 3-1 second set. Our Lady Academy took the first set. LA patience.
Nice dig there by Respis.
Looking for Glasper.
Nice shot.
Looking for Glasper, got played over the net. Smart play that time by Gargillo.
She looked over and saw the open spot and landed it there. It counts for a kill, but again, it looks like a block.
Well, the wall also had something to do with that. She had to look for an open spot.
She did.
Here is Schlomer now on the serve again.
High hands there from Glasper. Knows how high she took it and went off the hands of the block. Very nicely done.
As you're seeing the smiles from Glasper. She's brought her A game in this one. High thighs for her teammate. Becca Respis.
Back to serve now is Shelby Cudmore for Lewisburg with the jump serve.
Well, they gathers, but cannot set it up along the net.
Set was a little tight, and Our Lady uses a lot of girls to set the ball. They're all very well-rounded, and that set was a little bit tight.
Lewisburg on the attack. Crescents keep it alive. Lewisburg for Glasper.
Running the quick play, but the touch there took something off and able to play it.
I'll try it again. No. Tip it over. Glasper, the roof, one more time. I'll be saying that like a broken record today.
Shelby from the back row and lands it for a kill. We call that a tool when you go off the block and it lands on the other side. So she tooled the blocker there. Back row kill from Shelby Cudmore.
6-2, Lewisburg turning the tables on Our Lady Academy after they literally switched sides of the court. After losing the first set, in control early, set 2.
Lewisburg asking for the touch, but to no avail.
So Our Lady Academy with Shannon Murphy on the serve, down by 3. We're watching the State Volleyball Championships on the MHSAA Network, powered by Play On Sports. Deep on the serve, Lewisburg up 4 now.
Back in Hannah Ferguson on the front row for Lewisburg, and back to serve Kyla Glasper. Jump serve from her.
Ferguson amazes me. She is just a sophomore. Beautiful ace by Glasper. Touch on Ferguson again. She looks like a college sophomore.
She does.
She's actually a high school sophomore.
She does. Her mom and her look very similar. Look, they could be twins. And she's very tall as well. And brother's the high school quarterback on the football team. So a family of athletes. Good genes in the family.
How tall is the quarterback?
Never seen him. I just know he's the quarterback.
Probably 6'4".
Probably a large boy, yes. Nice up by Ferguson.
Lewisburg. And OLA a great volley. And the Crescents get it to go down.
Brittany Porter there with authority.
And so now we'll see stepping back guard Gilo, the senior. In an 8-4 second set, OLA took the first set. So 1-0 so far this afternoon. That one goes deep. It's back to 3.
It's nice to try to give the setter some love there. Normally she's setting the ball. That time she got the hit. Outside to Ferguson.
OLA at the net. Ferguson, the roof. Kept in play by Latza. The libero. And now OLA can't get it down.
Outside to Respis. Tries to land the tip. Middle to quarter. And roof by Ferguson.
Well, it's the expectation. It changes what you want to do. She was so tough to get over the top of, but you've got to be creative.
You do. And it's going to make you think a little bit as a hitter. Do I tip? Do I go angle? And then sometimes you just get it in your head. But that was a sharp hit down the line there, away from the block. Very nicely done.
Well, Crescents don't waste time with bouncing right back to get the serve. And this time it'll be Shelby McConnell.
Who just landed that nice kill down the line.
It's always good to get a kill and then get the ball in your hands with some momentum.
A shot from the outside from Ferguson.
She comes in immediately making a major impact, which is what you would expect.
You want your teams to play side-out volleyball. You don't want a team to get momentum on their serve. If they get the serve, you want to side out right away and get the serve back on your side of the net. Off-speed shot there, picked up by Lewisburg.
Kept alive by McConnell. Looking to try to work the middle there with Ferguson up at the net. The Crescents.
Shot is out. Again, I think Hannah Ferguson comes into play there, trying to go around her, and then you have the hit out of bounds. So that one's to her credit, even though it doesn't go in the stat column. And timeout here by OLA.
OLA burns this timeout. For those just tuning in, it was a first set that saw Our Lady Academy just maybe the more calm team early. Lewisburg dropping the first set, but now coming out, setting the tone here in the second set, trying to very quickly tie this thing up, and with only a 5-set day and with everything on the line, Lewisburg backs against the wall, so to speak, and had to do exactly what they're doing.
They've come back and they look calm and confident. They're in their system. They're setting their middles where they want to set. They're setting Cudmore on the back row. They just look a lot more confident than they did in set one.
You know, you look at the different classes, and for Our Lady to be such a dominant program with only, you were telling me, Allison,
around 300 kids, K through 12.
Total. It speaks to their dedication to the sport. But is volleyball one of those sports that it really doesn't matter the size of the school? If there's a dedication to the sport, you can do that.
You can. I mean, if you've got 12 to 15 girls that are committed to your program, they buy into your system, you have a culture of winning and a culture of success, then it doesn't matter how many kids you have in your school.
Lewisburg on top by 5. With the serve, this is going to be Becca Respis. She'll send it over softly. Play it back.
Nice dig by Respis there.
Selling Ferguson over the top and played it more towards the side.
Ooh.
There's something you don't see every day.
Well, I think Ferguson expected her libero to be there, but as tall as she is, sometimes it's hard to see around her height. So lots of there had trouble seeing that the ball was coming right off of her shoulder.
A needed break by Shelby McConnell and OLA. And we'll see if they can take advantage. Here's Quarter on the serve. Ferguson got caught up in the antenna that time.
That set was pretty far out, and she tried to do her best to bring it back in.
Quarter again. Quarter was so good at the net in the first set. We'll see if she can be equally as impressive on the serve. Looking for the kill that time.
Nice dig by Quarter.
Ferguson again is right there, but played back by OLA. They keep it alive in a big show of emotion.
And Murphy able just to fist that ball around the block of Ferguson and make a nice play there for a kill.
Quarter getting her Crescent crowd into it. Very nice touch.
Nice spot there by Shelby Cudmore, going right around the double block of Our Lady Academy. Lots of back to serve here for Lewisburg, and Glasper back in on the front row for Lewisburg.
Just a 3-point second set. Going deep that time. And this was the young lady who had all the success with her jump serve in the first set. And that is Latza. This time, though, unsuccessful. Looked like she just mishit that.
She did. Looked like it went off the side of her hand. She'd like to have that one back, but she'll try to make a good pass here and serve receive to balance it out.
Here's Aiklin. Kaylee on the serve.
Nice play by the setter there to go up and get it. That was a tough pass, and she went up and landed that ball for a kill.
The no-look kill that time by Anna Golden.
Up against 3 blockers, too. And now back to serve is the setter.
Mabel Glasper into the court.
That was Gargillo for Our Lady Academy, able to find the middle of the court for the Crescents.
It's back to 3. Here comes Sarah Ann Schlomer. They serve it, but long.
I think these girls have been in the weight room or doing some push-ups. We're having a lot of serves going deep today.
Maybe just a little bit of adrenaline.
It may be.
But the weights, too. They've been working hard.
Nice serve there. Ace for Cudmore.
Perfect placement. Schlomer really had no play that time.
No, she really didn't. She gave all she had to get a touch on it.
Lewisburg back on top by 5 here in the second set. OLA took the first. Setting things up. OLA playing for the kill. Dug out by Cudmore. Play at the net, kept alive for the Crescents. And a double touch right there. And apparently we got some pretty good officials in the crowd as well.
Very impressive that the spectators caught that call.
We have to look back and see if we need to sign them up. LA gets it right back. 17-12 Lewisburg here in the second set.
They're going to look to push here on Murphy's serve to try to get back in this set.
She's one of those 3 seniors that we touched on, along with Byrne and Gargilo. Gargilo and Murphy are the two that really make it happen. And there you see this play by Lewisburg. That's a start they wanted.
Nice play at the net by Corder and McConnell there. Tag team block there to find the open court on Lewisburg's side.
Talked about Lewisburg going up with the one-player roof. Going to set it up deep here. Off the line by Murphy, but it is a team effort by OLA the way they send 2 to 3 to the net.
Correct. Usually in most systems you run a double block, but even in more advanced systems you can run a triple block. So it's very impressive to see Our Lady bringing multiple blockers, but it's also very impressive that Lewisburg's able to block a lot with one blocker. So pros and cons for both systems.
Porter trying to get it down and getting into the net that time with Shelby McConnell. She couldn't believe she did. It was somewhat incidental, but just too much. Sometimes they'll let that go, but they didn't there.
Correct. I think the referee called her for a lift there, like the ball came to rest too long in her hands, and she obviously did not think so. But nice athletic play.
Porter had it kept alive that time by Williams. The volley came up short. 18-14. Still anybody's second set. OLA trying to take a commanding 2-0 lead.
Nice serve there by the senior Gargilo.
Big time kill by Ferguson. If it's up to her, it seems like she's going to will this team in this set.
She really is, and that's big for a sophomore to come through and be the leader on the team.
Scary for the rest of Class 1.
It really is. Nice serve there. That was number 13, Williams, with the ace.
Tana back after it here. It appears we're going to have another timeout.
Apparently, with no call from the official there.
Interesting. 20-14. Lewisburg up by 6 here in the second set. Well, we talk a lot about growing the game and about especially growing here in the state of Mississippi. And this is where it begins here at the MHSAA level. And there are great coaches, great programs, so much tradition already in this state in volleyball. What are a couple of stories, though, that people need to know that really the main media is not talking about?
We've got all kinds of stories here. You've got Coach Veazey at Lewisburg, who was the standout basketball player for her school of SBDC, which is in Mississippi but plays in Tennessee, and just deciding, I think I'll learn about volleyball and I'll become a volleyball coach without really having any playing experience. To her credit, she's become a very good volleyball coach. And same for Mike Myers. He just thought it was interesting. His daughters both played for Our Lady, and decides, I'll just try to figure out what's important about this game, and I'll try to learn the skills, and they both have. They've done a great job. Nice touch block there by Ferguson.
She is playing out of her mind right now, because whenever we talked first set about mistakes, now everything seems to be perfectly played just about by Lewisburg.
She's just right where she needs to be, has a good nose for the ball.
Got a tip, though, somehow getting it over her fingertips. And, well, Hannah, we do apologize. That was the broadcaster jinx.
It was.
It still works. It even works in volleyball.
It does. My bad, Hannah.
Lewisburg trying to close in and tying this on one, and the serve comes up short. Unforced error. I don't think you touched on it, Allison. It's just that side of the court.
It may be. It may be. And we had a rule change this year. If both coaches agree, you could stay on your half of the net. I'm thinking the coaches are both thinking if they started over here, which Our Lady did, that they're wishing they would have said, let's stay on our one side right now.
Right. It's like, no, we'll switch back.
No, have a take back, please. That ball went wide from Hannah Ferguson on the free ball attempt.
So now Brittany Corder, the sophomore, in a 6-point second set. It's getting that time now for the Crescents. If they want this set, they're going to have to make a run.
Set outside of the senior Murphy. And linesman calls in. Very unpopular call here with the crowd. Coach Veazey trying to settle her girls down. And we've got the next one. Very smart play by the seasoned coach.
No No emotion, except for the crowd, as Lewisburg keeps it alive. Their latest set things up at their Murphy. That one goes deep.
Glasper back in on the front row for Lewisburg. Ferguson out, takes a rest.
Nobody else Lewisburg wants right here than Lotso with her jump serve, needing 2 points to tie this at 1 set apiece. Beautiful play that time, though, coming in, Megan Smith off the bench, and an immediate impact.
Nice contribution from her. No nerves from her.
And now here comes Kaylee Aiklin on the serve. Not much room for error for OLA. Lewisburg looking to get the Crescents away here, and they get to 24. So here we are at the set point to tie this championship Class 1 match at 1 set apiece.
That was a nice play by Glasper to go in quick and take a blocker away and just leave 1 blocker for Cudmore.
Glasper keeps it alive at the net. Now Respis plays it over. Coming up, looking deep but long was Gargiulo, and Allison retired.
And again, I'd like to be on the right-hand side of the court if I had a choice. We'll see if Our Lady makes an impact on this side of the court in game 3 or set 3.
So 25-18 Lewisburg there in that second set. As we reset, we take a small pause. We're going to take a break now, though, here from Clinton. We'll pause for a brief break here in between the second and third sets. Again, Lewisburg and Our Lady Academy tied at 1 here from Mississippi College. You're watching the MHSAA Network.
For a barn burner here. I predict a game 5. We'll see if that happens or not. But so far, the right-hand side of the court, my side of the court, is holding the lead. So we'll see if that continues. This side of the court
Get on top of the ball, Shannon.
as Lewisburg setter goes back to serve.
Anna Goldman is serving. Dig it up there, Baylor, that's on the call. Crescents managed to get it back over. Nice play of the Patriots up early.
Lewisburg runs an unorthodox system with the setter coming here. You know she's back right now because she's serving. Then she comes up and she's in right front the whole time with the single block of either Glasper or Ferguson. So it's trouble to track when she's front row or not.
Glasper looking for the kill. Matalo trying to get it back to the left. That was just off target. Showman could not keep it alive.
It was a tough angle for the outside hitter there.
Start things off here in the third set.
Come on, move quickly on defense, girls. Move quickly.
They all kind of followed her out there, and then nobody was at the net.
Come on, girls.
Play it over. Nice hustle play by the junior Glasper there.
Be aggressive. Move quickly on defense.
The dominant
Quick
player,
feet, girls.
Ferguson, like Glasper, ever had to coach your team from watching that great player.
I think they were all so into being a part of her and going with her and having her back, so to speak, but then nobody was left behind. You've got to leave somebody back behind in the middle of the court to play the ball over. But you're kind of like all on a string. You want your kids to go together, but somebody's got to stay home. But yes, when you have a dominant player, you want to get the ball to the dominant player.
Running through her, Glasper setting things up.
Nice play by the senior Murphy there.
Something that I've been all day. This right side of this volleyball court.
Ace there. Very nice serve. That was Kaylee Aitken there with the ace for Our Lady Academy. The race to 5. Our Lady won that one. I like to break it down into groups of 5 with my team just to kind of make it a little more easy to track. They like to win the game to 5 and win the game to 10 and so on. So far, Our Lady has the advantage here. We're winning the battle to 10. Particular year, we traveled and played in a tournament at Arkansas State University. Played some good Arkansas schools.
Quick
Pretty
D now.
evenly matched. We
Move
had to
quickly.
win our A game.
Get that ball
But
up
I
in the
think
air.
they had such a
Kayla.
pressure
Go,
they
Kayla.
wanted to be unbeaten. It was about the midpoint of our season that they knew once they won that tournament that anything could be done after that.
Lewisburg with Glasper. Dug out by McConnell. Setting things up Murphy.
Big block.
Touch up. To the middle was Cutmore.
Notice how she penetrated her arms all the way over with her elbows even being above the net. That's very impressive and hard to hit through.
To see her with the basketball in her hands, just to see if she can probably do it.
Imagine she has a 22, 23-inch vertical.
That's the best you've ever seen.
I have a girl with 21. She's not nearly as tall as Kyla, but it's pretty impressive for 21. I've seen a couple girls with some height, 25, 26, and I think we'll see one in our next class 2 from Lake Cormorant.
Thomas on a great match of the OLA defense. Again, she's working, setting up.
Glasper wasn't going to stop that. She brought heat, she brought energy. Glasper was not going to block that shot. Nice swing there by Shelby Murphy.
So what you're saying, in other words, is not going to risk the face shot.
No, not going to risk it.
As Lewisburg touches it over Respis. By the libero, Lopsa. Good job by the Patriots. Murphy again. Looking for that soft spot in that defense. Couldn't find it.
Nice rally here by both teams. Another big block.
To no avail.
The coverage needs to be just a little bit tighter for Our Lady Academy so their hitters have the confidence to swing that her backup girls will pick up the block. Notice Kyla jump serving much in her career, so this is something new for her and very effective for Kyla Glassberg.
Is this where she can be effective, or you really always want her as much as you can up front?
Well, certainly you'd like her on the front row, and notice she'll come out. Libero will come in after her serve is gone, but it's nice to see her bringing that heat on that jump serve because I haven't seen it with her even being from our same county.
Losing the balance that time. I did not see the ball go on us. That's go back to Lewisburg.
I believe it was a lift call. The ball came to rest too long in her arms or hands. Nice top spin there.
Tied at 1, third set. So tied up at 7. Shannon Murphy. Out of serve for the
Come on, play
Crescents.
defense now. Play defense, girls.
Get it, Britt. Action. Ferguson. Now up at the net. We saw a touch there. Gets it back to Lewisburg.
She again was able to change the direction of the ball and take it away from the middle of the court off to her left. Excellent play from the blocker.
Abby Galant cutting in. We serve the call as we are moving in. It's going to be Galant cutting in.
Nice stop back. Let's go.
So on the reserve, it is
Ace. Apparently the extra practice there helped her to land the ace that time with the reserve call.
three sophomore starters for this team. Did Lewisburg, wins over Tishomingo County, St. Joe Catholic out of Madison. And
Nice hustle. Not enough hits left to get it over. Nice hustle play by the Crescents there.
Back up, Shelby. Back up.
Hustled quite a bit.
Good Southern name there, Sarah Ann.
Lewisburg. Back again with the ball in her hands is Gargiulo.
Outside to Ferguson with the set over the net. See who comes out dominant here and brings the heat.
Look touch. Was Cudmore. Play it back over to Lisa. Ferguson. Rotation, it's time for Becca Respis.
Nice rally there from both teams. It went back and forth, and Ferguson able to land the kill. Very good. I don't know if the Coach Beasy called that spot or not, but excellent placement by Becca Respis, the senior.
Lewisburg all of a sudden up 4.
Back to the same spot.
Talking about these 5-point segments. This one goes the way of the...
Sorry to leave you hanging there. Timeout by Our Lady Academy.
Yeah, this one goes the way of Lewisburg. That timeout, Coach Myers needing that. Now, this is an Our Lady Academy program looking for their 40th win. It's a lot of volleyball. They played in some tournaments, no doubt, but also just have that much of a winning percentage.
They do. They have the culture of winning. They expect to win, and they come out with their game face and their game plan, and they're ready to go after it every time they step out on the court. Back to serve for the Patriots is Becca Respis, the senior.
Doing a pass on along to Mark back in the truck, and also just let go of the fans. We have the crowd right on top of us here at the arena, and so you will hear the crowd pretty much almost sometimes as loud as you hear us.
Definitely there, and I'm sure you hear them now. They're excited with that block there from Our Lady Academy. Another roof block, but that time by 2 blockers.
It's a 13-9 lead for Lewisburg. Another roof, and again from Brittany Corder.
Another sophomore again taking charge for her team, bringing the sweep block there, changing the direction of the ball and sending it to open court. Set to the outside.
Nice little touch over the net by Schlomer. Here's Respis.
Tries to land the deep shot.
Gargiulo setting it up. Schlomer trying to kill it down, could not do so.
Great defense from both teams.
Frantic back and forth volleys, and the shot goes wide. And again, we see Latza back there, the libero, to serve it.
Probably the best serve we've seen so far today from Sam Latza. Another ace for her.
On cue.
On cue. Now I won't say anything this time as to not jinx her. Serve receive sub here for Our Lady Academy. Number 12 in for them. That is Lauren Lawhead.
Right there.
OLA looking to set it up. That time went right at Glasper, caught her off guard.
A little tip shot there off the block of Glasper. Nice shot there by the sophomore Brittany Corder.
Corder now again gets it right back in her hands. Glasper goes high. OLA keeps it alive. Puts it back in play to set things up.
A good attempt there by Schlomer to try to bring it back inside the antenna there. That was just too tough of an angle to bring it back. Back to serve is the setter, Goldman.
Here's Murphy looking for the kill. Touch into the center. Murphy again, and roofed up by Glasper, but OLA kept it alive.
Shelby tried to catch him off guard there.
And somehow, some way, that one just had eyes of its own and got over and found some open court.
We tried to have some hang time there. We just couldn't hang up there like Michael Jordan forever. She was up, but then just was up a little bit too early there, Murphy was.
And a timeout. Our Lady Academy, 17-11 as you see on your screen. Going back and touching those up, just joining us, it was OLA. Very calm in the first set, 25-14 winners. Lewisburg, though, rallied right back, took the second set, 25-18. They're up 6 here in the third set, in one that just has the sense, Allison, that we could be in for one that goes the distance.
I think we are. But that's even more exciting for the fans that paid their admission price to get in, and they're going to get their money's worth this morning, I think. We'll see if that happens all day or not.
So 17-11. OLA in their black with the maroon, and then the red and the navy blue of Lewisburg. Lewisburg there, as you see to your left on the serve with Goldman. Murphy sends it over. Gonna set up Glasper, the touch. Boy, you talk about, you reference Michael Jordan, so I've got to go back and say, remember when Jordan went up for the dunk, pulled it back and laid it up?
Yes.
She went up for the kill and touched it over with the opposite hand.
She really did. She looked and saw there was nobody home in the middle of the court and just landed it. She had the energy for the hard hit. She was back behind the 10-foot line, had her vertical up there, and then she was just able to place the ball right in the middle with a nice just little touch shot.
Pure athleticism, and then was able to keep it alive. On the deep play, Hall. It's over. Nice dig.
Great dig by Respis.
And then the kill, are you serious?
Nice hit there by Cudmore, but all was started by Respus's dig there and left back. That was a tremendous hit from Our Lady, and she was somehow able to pick that ball up around her shoe tops.
Are you sensing that the Patriots are starting to feel pretty good about themselves?
I think so. We're seeing the smiles. We're seeing the excitement. I think they're starting to play a little bit here today.
As that one was sent over by Murphy, and Glasper could not get it back up and over the net. Trying to create the roof. It's going to be Kaylee Akeland and her team down 7 in a tied match at 1 apiece. Glasper the kill. What a roof that time by Murphy. Now Akeland back over. And that one never could just get enough on it to get back over onto the Crescent side.
Her teammate was trying to set up the middle there, but just she wasn't ready for it. She was going to cover her outside hitter. Glasper wasn't able to get a touch on that one.
On the touch, OLA trying to dig, and you could see there from Gargillo talking to her teammates right after that play that I think some miscommunication there.
I think so. A great spot from Shelby Cudmore to look down the line and see that nobody was there, but Gargillo's trying to pick up her team here. Excellent serve from Cudmore.
Another kill, 21-13. All the momentum right now with Lewisburg looking to take their second set in a row.
Yes, and notice they're doing it on the left-hand side of the floor, too.
So
they're trying to say that it doesn't matter what side you're on. We're here to win. Yes.
Yeah, we can debunk that. It's funny in sports. I guess really there aren't many superstitious sports left, more so than baseball. But most have kind of debunked all that.
As I coach, this is my 16th year to coach, and I think every year I get more and more superstitious. You have to wear this shirt. You have to wear this pair of shoes. Notice Coach Meyer's been wearing these same boat shoes since I've known him in 15 years. He's worn the same boat shoes, which are typical of people from the coast, that they would wear boat shoes, but I've never known him to change his polo or his shoes. So I think we've got some superstitious folks left in volleyball, too.
And while we're talking about some of the maybe good superstition for OLA, here they come, down 5.
They're saying you can't count us out. We're here to play. We're used to being here. We want to bring the championship back to our school. So I don't think you can count them out yet.
Schlomer on the serve that the Patriots kept alive. Sent back over by Gargillo. Looking for Glasper, the touch. Now Akeland. Murphy.
Nice dig there by Cudmore.
Couldn't kill it. Sends it over. Could have been deep.
Glasper asking for it. I think she may have taken one of Respus's sets there. She wanted the ball so bad.
And the shot got inside the corner.
Excellent shot from the right side. And Our Lady Academy has been very typical, hitting well from the right side of the court, which a lot of people deem to be the less attractive side of the court. I was a right side player and think it's a very cool place to play, but Our Lady has had a lot of success from the right side of the court.
This match started as best out of 5, quickly went to best out of 3, however, and it's been here in this third set where we've seen both teams settle in. We've seen these teams really start to show displays of emotion. They're feeling a lot better about themselves. This set up for grabs here in the third set, and it's been everything we could have hoped for and a little bit more so far.
It's been very exciting to watch and to comment on. It's exciting to see the coaches. Great dig by their teams rallied, and even though both coaches have very good signs of composure, you can see the emotion inside too, and they speak at their timeouts trying to get their girls rallied and ready to go.
Well, Sarah Ann Schlomer, she and her Crescents now are feeling it on quite the run. A 4-point run here.
Trying to keep the momentum on their side.
Cudmore, deep. Digging it up, but played into the net by OLA on a mishit. And so now Glasper back to serve, her team up 5.
Let's see if her jump serve is effective this time. I'm very impressed with it so far today.
Glasper goes high. I think she placed that exactly where she wanted to. Good volley here.
Ping pong volleyball going back and forth, back and forth.
Cudmore selling out. Glasper plays it over. No look.
Glasper's come to play. She says, I want to stay on the back row here.
And that one was played back to the other side, but you can't go under the net. And another point for the Patriots, and they're 2 away from taking a 2-1 lead. Glasper again didn't sound as clean as maybe she wanted, but
now setting the ball. She's everywhere, Glasper is.
here's Akeland over for Gargilo, who couldn't kill it. Another great dig, Cudmore. High play.
Good thing we have a high roof here in Clinton.
Ferguson at the net was able to roof it down.
Nice hustle play by Respis there to go get the ball and bring it over the net.
Set point here for Glasper. And whether it's Glasper or Latza, it's what you want. But she goes a bit deep. She was looking for that, maybe that perfect serve right there.
I think she was looking for the ace there. And she went out with a smile.
Gave it her best effort. And now Murphy and OLA between a rock and a hard place.
Nice block there by Brittany Corder. She sealed the net and sent the ball back toward the hitter, which was Cudmore.
Corder a sophomore, Galat a sophomore. We've seen Galat go in and out after starting.
Outside of Ferguson.
Ferguson
wins set point for Lewisburg.
Is able to get it off the hands of Akeland. 2-1 now Lewisburg, 2 in a row for the Patriots. Allison, your instant analysis there of that third set.
I think Lewisburg is saying that we don't have any nerves anymore. We're here to play. We want to be the aggressors. And they've kind of put Our Lady back on their heels a little bit. So Our Lady's got to try to bounce back and get back into the rhythm of their system and running their multiple hitters and go to Murphy and go where they need to go to get the ball terminated, not just be back on their heels so much.
Our Lady Academy has not had to deal, because they are so good, they haven't had to deal with a ton of adversity this year. Only have lost 4 games. They had only coming in had given up 12 points against all season long in 43 matches. That's what you would do if you had set it down at junior varsity level and were playing on PlayStation. You know,
exactly.
You could hold somebody to just 12 points. That's how good they have been. So mentally, Coach Myers has to sell his girls and remind them just how good they are.
Yes, and they're used to being the aggressors and serve and pushing on their serve, and they're used to being the offensive team at the net. And right now, the momentum is on the side of Lewisburg, going for it with their block. And I don't know if the block is getting in the head of the Crescent girls with Ferguson and Glasper. But right now, they're just not in any sort of rhythm, any sort of sequence.
Well, when you go back and look at those highlights, something that just jumped right off the screen at me was the fact that when a play would be made, the OLA players kind of look at each other going, what was that? Where were you? Was that me? This is, again, something that they're going to have to deal with adversity quickly.
And volleyball is such a team sport. You've got to communicate. You've got to celebrate your successes. And when one person starts to feel like they're out there on an island, it really goes south pretty quickly. So they need to rally back, start communicating more, and celebrating their successes.
Unofficial stats so far in this one, you see that there have been 10 aces for Lewisburg, and again, unofficial, none for OLA. So that's really one of, if not the biggest difference in the ball game. The kills are pretty even, but the aces is really the stat that jumps right off the page.
It is. And
well, excuse me, two aces, but 11-2 in the ace department.
Definitely, and I think that Our Lady is used to having more service aces, and they've kind of been taken off guard a little bit by the aggressiveness coming from the Lewisburg side of the net. And certainly the blocking has been, you would think there'd be more of an advantage than it really was stat-wise, but it seems to be more momentum with Lewisburg in the blocking category.
So as we get set to start this fourth set, we've got our great crew working, Mark and company back in the truck. We've got Laura and Kevin on cameras. Great group to work with and to bring you the sights and the sounds and the stories of this 2012 edition of these volleyball championships. This is Class 1. Class 2 will follow, followed by Class 3. And should be around sunset. We're going to know who the champions are for another year.
Yes, all those nice gold balls will be awarded, and you'll have some happy girls and you'll have some sad girls that go home. But everybody should be proud to even be here today because it's such an accomplishment just to get here.
You look at that very stoic resolve of OLA, high fives, smiles. Lewisburg has a set to play with. If we were to go to a fifth set, it wouldn't be 25 points, it would be 15 points, and it would be nitty-gritty time if it got down to there.
It would. We played a couple matches this year to 5, and it just seems like it takes on a whole different aura to play in a set 5.
Akeland on the serve to start here, and OLA gets a quick start.
Yes, I think Coach Myers probably talked about that his team needed to be more aggressive with their serve, and they've come right out with an aggressive serve, so good for them.
And their third ace of the match. Looking deep, here's the play over. Glassberg goes high.
Off 2 blockers there, Kyla did. Excellent high hands hit from her. Interesting tidbit today is you've got 3 teams from the coast and 3 teams from the northernmost part of the state. So it's interesting to see the dynamic of the DeSoto County teams rooting for Lewisburg here and the Long Beach rooting for Our Lady Academy. Just it's neat for our state to see the camaraderie with the different teams from the different parts of the state.
Yeah, I think you see that these players train together. They know each other. A lot of them probably maybe even go to church together. They know each other.
Play on the same club teams.
Absolutely. It'll be something we can get into as the day goes on, as well as the select type circuit for volleyball, as to how that is similar to some of the other sports in our state. 2-2, back and forth we go as Schlomer on the serve here for the Crescents. Glasper going high, trying to kill it down, and she does.
Right now she's unstoppable. That's where I'd want the ball to be when she's in on the front row. And even when she was on the back row earlier, she wanted the ball too.
Cudmore now on the serve. Gets it over. Just set it up, looking for Gargillo to try to kill it. Couldn't. Glasper the touch. There's a libero haul. And misplayed by OLA.
Gargillo looking for that sharp cross-court hit, just unable to get it over the net.
Lewisburg up 2 here in the 4th set, leading this match 2-1.
Cudmore from the back row, just a little bit too low.
Little too low, but right there as well was Shannon Murphy. So I don't know if it had gotten up a little bit, would it have gone anywhere?
Very true. And now Shannon's back to serve for the Crescents.
It's been kind of a recurring theme, is that whoever has come up with a big defensive stop can immediately get the ball in their hands and try to make something happen on the serve. As Glasper goes up, what a dig.
Now Rest was from the outside, trying to go through the block.
OLA going to keep it on their side, though, going to keep the serve. Looking for a lead here in the 4th set.
Looking for that wonderful .5 to be on their side of the net.
If you're just joining us, South Haven coach Allison Burchett, we're so honored to have her on the call with us all day. Maybe might find something if she ever doesn't want to coach anymore. We think we found her calling on the volleyball circuit. So
I've always said I either wanted to be Carrie Walsh or Erin Andrews, so maybe one of those will come to play.
Well, I think you could be that hybrid. You know, you could do the color, you could do the sideline, you could do anything that you would choose to in that arena. Because a lot of this, unfortunately, I wasn't given any of the God-given. So if you've got just some of the natural ability like you do and just know the game so well, it goes a long way. 5-5. I don't think either one of these teams wants to give an inch. Going up
nice
high
play.
was Quarter. Played back, as you said, very nicely.
Nice touch by the setter Goldman.
Ferguson back in. Wanted to make her presence felt. Quarter goes deep. And Lewisburg will have the serve back. And with the ball in her hands will be Tana Williams.
And this is what volleyball is all about. Back and forth, neck and neck. Let's see if a team is able to get a little momentum and keep a little distance from the other team.
5-5. Wells 4-4, 5-5, 6-6. Nobody can get their serve going. You kind of feel like in this fourth set, with Lewisburg up 2-1, whoever does get that serve going first is going to be tough to beat.
True. And for the Crescents is Megan Smith.
She came up big in the second set as Ferguson goes high for the kill. Had it played back. Patriots keep it alive. Sending it over was Williams. Going up quarter. Couldn't kill it. Ferguson getting it over. Respis couldn't finish the touch. Smith.
Great defense from both teams here.
Going up, trying to work over Ferguson, and doing so was Schlomer. I couldn't tell, Allison, did Schlomer redirect that ball at the last second?
She did. She was going line, and she turned and went angle because she saw a split in the block. The middle blocker didn't quite get there to close it off. So good vision there from the hitter.
And a smart play as that one played by Lewisburg to tie it up at 7. You can't go right at Ferguson, and when she saw her out of the corner of her eye, she knew she had to change paths.
She did, and she actually had 2 blockers she was going against that time, so I guess they had a right side blocker up at the time.
Schlomer dug out nicely again by the Patriots. Respis trying to go up, but OLA right there. And going back to serve will be Quarter.
And Murphy back in on the front row for the Crescents. Let's see if they can push here with her in on the front row.
This has been one of their better opportunities throughout the entire match.
Nice to have long arms like Ferguson did there to bring that ball back in play.
Murphy got up as high as she had all day looking for the kill, but both teams have had their moments. They've been extremely solid defensively, as we saw there. Going up, Cudmore, the roof, played down.
That's a kill off the block there from Cudmore. Excellent usage of the block to send it out of bounds, and another tool for her off the block to land for a kill. Lots back to serve for Lewisburg. Looking for a little separation here. Out of bounds from Glasper, point OLA.
That was a mirror image of what we just saw.
It was. The middle blocker's got to get up and turn her hands back into the court, and a lot of blockers struggle to do that. We'll see here the X play here from Lewisburg with Cudmore and Glasper right next to each other. Cudmore sets Glasper.
Glasper goes deep, though, and you see the emotion. Michaela Hall, the libero, she is their biggest cheerleader.
She really is. And that hair bow she has could be a cheerleader hair bow right now, as much as she's into it, and she's trying to rally her team to get a little more separation here.
2.4 set, Lewisburg on top, 2-1, and there it is again.
Celebrating that ace there by her teammate. It's nice to see a kid get more excited for others than for themselves, so that's a neat thing to see.
OLA on top, 11-8. And the timeout on the floor. When we look at where we are here in this fourth set, and we look in there to that OLA huddle, we've seen both teams now. Lewisburg had a little wiggle room early. They've given that up here through basically the first half of the fourth set. And so that nobody wants, if you've got the lead, you don't want it to go to that fifth set, obviously. And so now Lewisburg is zoned back in. And it's going to be interesting here over the last 3/5 of this fourth set.
If Our Lady is able to come through here, it's going to be anybody's game in Game 5. And that's just one of those little games to 5 that you have to play, and you just play all 3 games to 5 and try to battle it out.
Akelin, nearly an ace. An incredible dig. The touch.
A net violation for Our Lady there.
Schlomer into the net. Back to a 2.4 set. Now coming over on the appeal, it would appear would be Gargilo.
Only the captains can talk to the officials when you question a call, but notice the coach sent the captain over to ask
all
for
the
clarification.
Seniors, right? Byrne, Gargilo, Murphy, the 3 captains for OLA.
Nice dig there by the libero.
And OLA can't get it back. Now imagine in other sports if it were as civilized as volleyball, where only the captains could talk to the officials.
No, it doesn't always happen that way. That's how it's supposed to happen. But sometimes coaches get a little too heated and give their viewpoints without the use of their captains.
Here's Kenmore. What a kill.
And great energy from her. Good celebration from her teammates afterwards, but lots of smiles on the Lewisburg side of the net.
You think Lewisburg can't taste it now? A little 3-0 rally coming out of the timeout.
Murphy right back at him, though, right off the hands of Glasper, out of bounds.
Short-lived. And so Schlomer, the junior, back to serve. 12-11, OLA. Our Lady Academy out of Bay St. Louis. And, of course, Lewisburg out of Olive Branch, Mississippi. You can't spread two teams out in this state much further.
You really can. In all three of the matches today, you'll see a DeSoto County team and you'll see a Mississippi Gulf Coast team. So two opposite ends of the state.
Are you saying that we love our football here in Central Mississippi or something? The volleyball just – we've had historically teams here in Central Mississippi, but this year absent, and I think that's – a little surprising. Tupelo's
been dominant the last several years to represent not exactly the centralmost part, but not quite DeSoto County either. And then the Jackson schools are improving. Northwest Rankin and Clinton were very impressive this year. They just didn't happen to get this far.
Murphy went down to her knees to try to keep that one in play. Lewisburg up one with a 2-1 lead here in the 4th set.
Nice serve from Cudmore. Trying to win the game to 15 here.
Glasper again at the net. She's been the dominant one there throughout this match.
Another good serve and an ace.
Again, just kind of getting into the body that time. Got to Michaela Hall in a hurry. And I think she was surprised how quick that got to her.
It was a fast-moving serve and forced another timeout here from Our Lady Academy. A quick timeout, it looks like.
Lewisburg has scored 7 out of the last 8 points. To go up 3, up 2-1.
A lot of times you call a timeout in that situation just to try to break the server's momentum, and we'll see how effective this timeout will be for Our Lady. Or we'll see if Shelby Cudmore can be mentally tough and still have a well-placed serve here.
We look in and see the huddles of both teams there on our screen. There's Glasper. She has been fantastic. And so much poise. And you see her teammates kind of looking to her because they know she's just a sophomore, but she's been that key cog in the wheel.
She has, and last year as a sophomore, she looked a little more uncertain, but this year I think she's showing that she's the junior and Ferguson is the sophomore. But even Ferguson looks calm, cool, and collected, I think, when she's out there. But it's amazing what a year can do.
Hall keeps it alive. Gargillo. Now Cudmore trying to find the soft spot. Hall right there. Murphy off the fingertips of Glasper.
Free ball from Lewisburg. Let's see if Our Lady can capitalize on it. And they do. It's very important in volleyball. If you get a free ball like that you be the aggressor and you terminate the ball.
We saw it early in this match from Our Lady Academy. They get one there, but Lewisburg over the last 2 sets turned the tables.
They really have, yes. Nice serve.
Here comes Glasper. OLA keeps it in play. Gargillo kept alive that time. Now the deep shot. That one long and wide. And so here comes Shannon Murphy.
Let's see if Our Lady can keep pushing here.
Their season right here in the balance. Got to win by 2. Playing to 25 here in the 4th set as Glasper goes wide.
Tied it up here at 15. We'll see who the first to 20 is.
Murphy on the serve. Now both teams volleying at the net. Want to set it up for Quarter. Quarter goes back across for the kill.
A nice quick set there, and Quarter's able to land it.
Yeah, she was able to set her feet and then get back up off the floor in a hurry.
It was interesting to see she didn't want the overpass. She wanted to get it right back to her setter and get an even better set, because she could have hit the very first ball if she wanted to.
OLA maybe an opportunity miss right there on the deep serve. Knotted up at 16. Here's Glasper.
Let's see if her big jump serve is effective again, and it is.
Murphy keeps it alive. Going in and getting the kill. Missed the number that time. Was that Akeland over there?
I believe it was, yes.
Looked like it was Akeland and Quarter that were side by side.
Respis from the right side. Dug by Gargiulo.
Going right back to Akeland, and Akeland somehow finds a way to get it down.
I don't think she exactly meant to do that, but it was
No.
a lucky shot that landed. I think it went off the side of her hand.
That's why, and I think that's what caught Goldman off guard. She was
Here comes
expecting a clean
Ferguson
hit.
from the outside, where she's been unstoppable today.
OLA not blinking.
Back row to Cudmore.
The touch.
Gargiulo with the set.
And off of Ferguson. OLA up 3, timeout. Well, they haven't gotten to your 20 yet, Allison, but they're close. And if you're just joining us, OLA took set 1. We saw Lewisburg take the second and third set. A potential winner-take-all fifth set would still be win by 2, but it would only be 15 points.
And the game goes quick, and the girls are usually a little more tight in the deciding game 5. But right now, Our Lady's just rallying to stay alive and push it to game 5.
It's the Patriot fans, which are situated right behind us. The fans you see on your screen are actually those of Our Lady Academy, who made the trip from Bay St. Louis. Well, Allison, here we go.
Here we go. See if they can get point 20 right here.
And just in that timeout, you felt the kind of tension in the room build.
Definitely.
Ferguson, the kill. Lewisburg will have this serve back down 2.
A little emotion there from Ferguson when she was able to land that hit there. Don't see a whole lot of emotion out of her.
OLA able to keep it in play. Quarter brings it over. Ferguson looking for the touch, and
Blocked
the
by
roof.
Quarter there.
The
You see a lot of emotion out of her, but both sophomores, Ferguson and Brittany, going back to back there.
And look down on the bench. You see Michaela Hall. She's not in the game, but she's also not sitting down. She's at libero. She could go in at a moment's notice on the defensive side, but still bringing the energy. Another kill, and that's impressive.
And that was with authority there.
Quarter on Ferguson. Are you kidding me? That's no fear.
She brought power. She brought vertical. She brought energy to that hit.
And again, as we've said, you better if you're going up against 21 in navy blue. Ferguson took a little something off that to try to place it. Cudmore mishit it. And then a frustration show of emotion. And her coach doesn't like it.
I'm surprised the official let that go there. Usually you'll see a card in a display of emotion that strong. But you know the kid's just frustrated with themselves. There's nothing unsportsmanship about it. Sportsmanlike about it.
You see the passion.
Correct.
Ferguson. OLA keeps it alive. Quarter sends it over.
In Ferguson's hands again.
Now back over. A little touch. And there was nobody home. Schlomer found something. And kind of like, she's smiling kind of sheepishly like, look what I found.
Open spot is always usually there in the middle of the court. That's what the blocker usually takes away.
OLA needs one more point to get it to set point, and they get it from Quarter, who has absolutely caught fire.
Such a great athlete, and right now she has such determination all over her face.
Set point for the Crescents. Trying to take it to a winner-take-all set 5. Ferguson touched over.
Trying to take out the setter there, which is a smart play.
As they play it over. Schmoller kept alive by the Patriots. The shot dug out again by Schmoller. Akeland sends it over. As we catch our breath, these two teams not wanting to give an inch. Schmoller sends it towards the middle. What a dig
nice
on
out
the
by
dive.
Latza. Who is going to land the ball for their team?
Schmoller off a deflection by Ferguson. It's sent over to the middle. Akeland, the kill by who else? Brittany Porter. We're going to set 5.
It was such exciting volleyball here today. And what you'll see here is the captains will come, they'll have another coin flip, and you can either choose to serve or you can choose your side. So if you think that you have a certain advantage on one side, you might choose that over the serve, but most coaches tend to pick the serve here if they win the toss. So you notice that neither team is moving yet.
How good is this sophomore class right now in the state of Mississippi? Obviously, every year that volleyball is a staple of the MHSAA, the entire sport's going to get better and better and better. How good is this sophomore class? We are seeing a sophomore show.
You really are. Ferguson and Quarter, they're just bringing it. I remember Quarter last year as a freshman, and just being surprised at the level that she played as a freshman. I remember Ferguson being here. I don't really remember her impact. I remember more the impact of Glasper last year. But, I mean, they're coming. Yeah, they're coming to play, which is just impressive. Because I can think of sophomores, and I usually use mine as JV players. You know, very rarely we even have a sophomore playing varsity. So it's big that they've come, and they don't seem to have jitters. They don't seem to have nerves, and they're really leading their teams. So very exciting to see from both teams.
Look at this highlight reel as we go back and look back at this fourth set. Now, again, we see the dominance of the net of Lewisburg, but as these highlights roll, you just see the quarter effect. Now, I think some of these actually, too, going back and touching on this, and this is from the entire match as well. So you saw some of those when there was any doubt, that was set 3. When it really got to, okay, we're going home if we don't turn it on, we almost saw the switch flipped by the Crescents.
You did.
And they turned it on in a hurry.
And you don't know if it was them rallying for their seniors, but it was the Brittany Quarter taking her team on her back and saying, we're here to play. Let's pull together. Let's get it done. Very impressive from a sophomore.
Well, they close it on a 9-1 run. That's impressive.
That's momentum, and that's momentum on your side of the court where you want it to be. So props to them for keeping that momentum.
Allison, one of the questions I posed to you earlier was the fact of, in your coaching, especially in that 45-0 year, what was the biggest comeback inside a set? Or were you down 20-5? Were you down 15-5? Did one stick out to you where the girls just kept believing in themselves?
We had lots of games in that particular year that we were up and the other teams had basically just shut down. But this year, I mean, I was very proud of my girls. We went 5 with DeSoto Central, and we got down 6-0 in the deciding game 5. And my girls could have said, let's just go, let's just run and hide. But no, we ran off 9 straight points in game 5 and closed the gap. We were down 14-4, ended up losing 15-13. So
gracious.
It was an amazing comeback that could have gone either way. I had a sophomore back serving, a sophomore setter that had missed probably 5 or 6 serves during the match. So it was, should we sub for her, put somebody else in? She was able to serve 9 straight and close the gap a little bit. So that was the best comeback I've seen in 16 years of coaching.
What will we see here after OLA took the first set, 2 in a row for Lewisburg, season on the line, OLA responds, and here we go. Winner take all 5th set. You got to win by 2. We're playing to 15. It's all right here.
It is, and I expect it to be a close one, even a 17-15 or 18-16. You just keep going until somebody wins by 2, and I think this one could go either way at this point.
This is going to be fun. And you touched on the fact that these teams, it'll be a totally different feel here in this 5th set. OLA actually left the floor for a moment. Again, I can only imagine what was said by Coach Myers in that locker room. But I think letting these ladies remember who they are. They're 39-4. They're the Crescents of OLA. When you think volleyball in Mississippi, you think of their program. Lewisburg trying for 3 in a row. A clash of volleyball titans, really.
Definitely. Coach Myers is such a good motivator. I wouldn't be surprised if he brought up some historical fact, and we've gone on trips with him before, and course, he's the one being the tour guide and talking about Katrina and showing us all the different things that affected them with the hurricane. And, I mean, I can just imagine he was bringing up something historical for them to rally behind there in that break between the match.
Lewisburg comes out and gets the first point with Anna Goldman on the serve. Again, kind of been the thing we've touched on, a sophomore. They find an open spot, grab the 1-0 lead, and everything is more intense because this set is short. What a kill that time, though, by the Crescents to even it up and get the serve back.
Yeah, I expect to see this game go back and forth. I don't expect any big runs here.
It's Aiklin on the serve. Here is Goldman. Up for Respis. Respis goes wide. Does she, her resolve. I'm watching a lot of facial expressions right now, looking for emotion, looking to see where everybody's head's at right now. And Respis, she was unfazed.
A lot of times when you get the tightness of this game, this deciding game, a lot of times you'll see some shots barely go out or just barely go into the net like that. You see the tightness come on them a little bit. It's really who can overcome that and who can will themselves to win more so than really who's the better team, because obviously they're both very good teams here today.
Glasper, unforced error. 3-1 OLA. A 31 win Lewisburg team, a 39 win OLA team. Glasper coming up big there at the net. Cudmore. Here's Glasper. Nice dig that time by Aiklin. Sent over by Schmoller. Looking for Glasper, going up high. And she's able to get it.
Nice hit through two blockers there. Notice her resolve on her face is, let's go, ladies, let's play.
Well, there's been 2 unforced errors early in this set for Lewisburg, but no emotion negatively. As they come right back and tie it.
Great serve there from Cudmore. That set was just a little bit off. They're trying to go for a little too much there with the tightness of the game.
Aiklin looking across to Gargilo. Nearly got it down. Very nice dig that time by Latza.
Touch there on the block. The OLA was smart to play that, even though it was probably out. Touch on Respis' hit. There's Respis again. Overpass.
That time was McConnell. Good Ruth that time, and they got it. That was so close, and that was a close call as well.
Yeah, I missed that call. Maybe we'll get some clarification here. She called in the net from Lewisburg.
4-3. Lewisburg crowd doesn't like it. Everything is heightened as an ace coming, and who's out there on the floor but Michaela Hall providing all the smiles.
She does. She brings the energy. I wouldn't be surprised if she's also a cheerleader at their school, because she's bringing the energy and the passion to the Our Lady side of the floor today.
She gives you goosebumps.
She really does.
She literally, to watch her play this game, and you know, I've heard a lot of people talk with college sports and what a big business it's become. Professional athletics and the unions and the lockouts, and then you dial it all the way back to the pure passion and the love of the game of high school athletics, and also the value you get for your dollar to pay $10 to come in and watch a state championship event at the MHSAA level. There's no better value in all of sport.
No, it doesn't get any better than this. And it's just exciting to watch through the eyes of players right there. She's getting the most, she's getting the bang for the buck there.
On the serve, here we go. Sarah Ann Schmoller. OLA on top 5-3. Winner take all set 5. Playing to 15, you have to win by 2. As a very close to a kill right there, a roof at the net, and they get the call.
Glasper thought that she had hit the blocker's hands, but apparently the referee just saw it as hitting the net. That's why the ball was played dead there.
6-3, the OLA chant going in the arena for the first time today. Crescents with the momentum. Can
nice
they keep
dig.
it? Gargilo, nice dig again by Respis. Cudmore can't get it over the net, and Cudmore trying to maintain composure. It's now 7-3. And here we go. We're going to find out, does OLA keep it on the accelerator or can Lewisburg answer?
I expect to see the foot on the accelerator here. I don't think you can give Lewisburg anything. You want to keep the momentum while you've got it and keep pushing because Lewisburg's too good of a team to let back in this game.
The serve by Schlomer. Brought back over. Schlomer now. They set it up. There's Murphy trying to get it over Glasper. Glasper, what a block.
We'll see if that's a momentum changer for the Patriots here as Ferguson comes back into the front row and Glasper goes back to serve.
And again, the play at the net, and it's her serve. This was the moment that they were looking for, and Glasper maybe got ahead of herself and played a little too quick.
Well, you get 5 seconds there. You may as well take your time and take a couple bounces and take a deep breath first.
Followed by an ace. So an unforced error followed by an ace where we thought we might see a Lewisburg turning point, and all of a sudden OLA 6 points away from a championship.
It's all OLA right now, and that was from the senior Murphy with the experience there.
Ferguson.
Nice hustle from the Crescents.
Trying to make it happen. As Crescents kept it alive. Ferguson looking for a kill right at the net, creating a wall. Nothing there, but is still able to get the job done and get it back to Lewisburg. Here is Tana Williams, the sophomore, to serve it. Gets it in play. Akeland keeps it alive, but actually was off balance and couldn't keep it going.
And nobody was there to play it over. She kind of sent it to no man's land over there by the lines person.
9-6. It appears that we would have a timeout on the floor, and we do. So a 60-second timeout.
So a little momentum on the Lewisburg side of the court here now, forcing Our Lady to call the timeout and try to break their momentum.
This is as good as it gets, and we're only in game one. I mean, we're probably going to see this scenario just play out over and over and over again today. And I don't think we're going to tell anybody that we're being compensated for this. That's
we do it for fun.
That's embarrassing, isn't it?
I think we do it for a water bottle here.
9-6. Akeland.
There was a touch there. Smart by Lotza to play it.
Lotza gets it all the way over. Free ball here coming. Touch by Quarter, nearly beautifully played. Touch back by Quarter.
A facial there in the face of Goldman there. She sent it right back into her nose.
Quarter's been the difference maker down the stretch in that 9-1 run at the end of set 4 to tie this match at 2 sets. What can Ferguson do to answer?
That was a good play there.
Here is Respis. A wall there of 2 Crescents, but the Patriots still fighting. Here's Schlomer, keeping it alive. Nearly a beautiful kill that time, and it goes down. Misplayed by the Patriots.
A nice up there by Cudmore, just unable to get around her to play the second hit. But nice up there from the right side hit from Our Lady Academy.
So the timeout by by Lewisburg. Our Lady Academy up 11-6. And Coach, you talk about dividing with your team into 5-point segments. Our Lady got the first one. They've gotten the second one. They're less than 5 points away. So it's got to be a run, a 4 or 5 point run here, you would think, for the Patriots.
You do.
You have a real shot.
You got to score 4 before they get 9. So I like the odds for Our Lady Academy right now.
Gargillo on the serve. That was Lotza. Now Ferguson. Schlomer going up, but into the wall of Ferguson that time. It was McConnell. She could not get it over the top. Or did she? No, she did not.
It was into the net.
Okay, no, it wasn't into the net. Okay, I could
but I think Ferguson made a play on that just by being there. Her presence was noticed by McConnell.
11-7. There's Respis. And boy, the mishits from the back, especially in this set. I know that's at least 3 at the top of my mind. Respis has had a couple of them. But she's maintaining her composure, though.
She is, and she is a senior, and she knows that she needs to contribute to her team in order to be successful. But that's what they've done all year. They've hit from the back row. No reason to change that now.
Ferguson, the roof.
Great block there to bring the momentum back.
She comes out. Glassberg comes in. Lewisburg with the serve. This is not even close to being a done deal for anyone.
Now that's the server you want, is Latza.
Argilo's back there. Patriots send it back over. Argilo. Schlomer. And that one gets down. Deflected off of the Patriots. And now OLA is very, very close as Murphy going to come back in.
And this is the alignment they like the most, with Goldman back serving and Murphy in on the front row. Let's see if they can capitalize on it.
Off the serve. Going up is Cudmore, trying to get it down. What a dig by Schlomer. Murphy trying to play it over. It crawled over the net, and that might be a break that could possibly win a championship. They're 1 point away now. Match point right here.
Great hustle play, and good things happen when you hustle. That further illustrates that for all the coaches out there, good things can happen when you hustle and go for balls.
That got the entire crowd up on their feet for OLA. 14-8.
Match point for the Crescents.
Gargilo, Murphy, the touch to the center. Patriots hold strong. Cudmore looking for the kill. Right there was McConnell. Schlomer playing to the middle. She got it, and OLA has won it. Or, well, now, wait,
yes, we're going to shake hands.
Okay, want to shake hands. I was wanting to see the celebration. The whistle is something that we're not, whistle after the ball game.
Sure.
You want to see if there's going to be some type of call there. There was not. OLA, your champs, as they get it done in dominating fashion in that fifth set.
Great shot by Schlomer there to end it. Right in the middle of the court that's been open all day long. Able to go around the block there and land it for her team.
Well, that's going to put a wrap on our coverage in this one, as we will look ahead to where we go the rest of today. Coming up in Class 2, it'll be Lake Cormorant taking on Long Beach. That's going to be another fun one. And we'll be coming on right around the top of the hour, maybe just after the top of the hour. I'm sure we'll have about a 30-minute break in between this. But as we roll the highlights and you see what a fun one this was, again, for Mark and the crew back in the truck, for Laura and Kevin on the cameras. For Allison, I'm Josh. Allison, final thoughts here before we wrap it up.
Excellent. Excellent.
Now the presentation of the Gold Ball Championship Trophy. This year assembled the Golden Volleyball. And also the championship banner. Championship banner. Please lost for victory. Then accompaniments of Farm Bureau Insurance. You read Class 1 Volleyball State Champions 2012.